guys, we're going to revisit the vegetable garden that Sarah constructed. So I'm going to go back down here. I've just got to navigate myself past that hose pipe, down these steps, and you'll see there's a huge transformation going on in here. We no longer have the polytunnel, that's gone. And Sarah's invested in this little greenhouse for herself. We also, along this area here, we had a mesh fence. And so what Sarah's actually done is she's purchased 19 tonne of stone and has built this wall herself. So well done. Now then, instead of empty beds, as per the last video, you will find the beds are really now quite full. Now, it started off as a veg garden, but Sarah also decided, we were just getting too much veg, that she wants to grow flowers as well. So she uses it as both vegetables and flowers, which I believe, now I may be corrected on this, I think it's called a potager. If that's not right, I'll put a description on the video to tell you exactly what it is. But anyway, if we look through here, we no longer have empty beds. Now, I'm not a gardener, guys, and I don't know what the hell half of this stuff is called. If Sarah was here, she'd tell you exactly all their Latin names. Now, this is the pond that we saw last time. That was looking quite bare. Well, as you can see, guys, it's certainly not bare at this moment in time. It's quite lovely, absolutely lovely. So that's that. Now if we just scan around, I'll just scan around first, and we'll go through some individual beds. So again, she's got vegetable planted and flowers. Please don't ask me what they are, I have no idea. Now what we did do in this bed here is we had in the spare bedroom, we had an old metal bed. So rather than throw it all away and put it in the skip, we've used the bedsteads to create what we call a proper bed. So she's got a vegetable bed here, and then lots of flowers intermingled with veg in there. A few little trays here that Sarah's got planted up. I don't know what they are. I know in here, amongst these, we've got some potatoes in there. So that's looking quite good. If I just scan here, I've got the dogs, some dogs there looking at me. So they're wondering what on earth's going on. The horses have knocked a little bit of this wall there. That's unfortunate, but you know, we've got 20 some odd horses, and it goes with the territory. Again, we've got a flower bed here. If we come this way, now we have lots of nettles, but we don't worry about that because we actually use them for a bit of composting, and absolutely fantastic, very rich in nitrogen. So if we come up here, oh, and basically on the floor, we've got lots of little flowers popping all over the floor, where everything is beginning to sell seed. It's really quite nice. Comes to this area here, lots and lots of self-seeding going on, especially here around the pond. It's quite lovely. Again, guys, please, I do have to apologise. I'm not a gardener. I do appreciate all of this, but this is Sarah's handiwork. Now we've got some more beds here. We've got some more beds there. Now, since the last video, Sarah's constructed another set of steps. So we've got two sets of steps now, and this for me is a little bit easier. So we're going to go up these steps, fall over. I've just got to step over this hose pipe without doing myself an injury. And then we're back out of the veg garden. But what we have are lots and lots of flower beds around the property. During the winter months, all of this is just bare. But 20 odd horses creates a lot of manure, and all of that manure gets used here to really enrich the soil, and quite fantastic. This heat here, by the way, I think Sarah bought this on eBay. Supposed to have belonged to a pop star, and it's an old wheel that's been converted into a seat. And this little table here is the other wheel that's been converted into a table. Again, we've got flower beds right down here. Got pots everywhere, really. Excuse my ladder on the floor, I've been doing some work. We've got, this is a conservatory I constructed out of Douglas fir, and I did a process called Shisuji ban, where you actually preserve the wood by burning it, and that's what I did. You have to excuse, I've got dogs in there barking at me, what the hell I'm doing. Now, when I constructed this conservatory, we wanted a green roof. If I just step on this wall just a little bit. So I constructed it, but Sarah's obviously planted it up. Now that roof again has got lots of manure on it, but it doesn't drain anywhere. What it does, well, it does drain somewhere, but it doesn't drain into a proper drain. It comes down and feeds this little bed here. So it all works quite well. And this is the top of that wall there. This stuff here, this yellow stuff, I don't know what on earth it's called. Sarah does, and she keeps telling me, but it doesn't sink in. But my mum in North Wales bought us a little bit of that, and that's spreading quite nicely. Then if we come into this garden, again, plenty of shrubbery trees going on here. Again, in the winter, that's just bare. Now that's my man cave. There are some man cave rules on there, but I won't go into them. The log cabin, that's Sarah's little bit of heaven. She does a bit of artwork in there, stained glass and what have you. And if we look around, now Sarah hasn't told me what that thing is there on the seat. Some chili and potato plant, I think it is. There you go, I've remembered. There's the house. Again, some more stuff going on here. Again, conservatory, you can see stuff on the roof. So this is Sarah's little bit of heaven, where she does the stained glass. But if we come round, because we like to have certain parts of the garden obviously suitable for wildlife, so hence this kind of stuff. But her log cabin goes quite a long way back. These two pieces of root here, hanging up on that on the side, belong to this tree up here. And basically they were really sticking out of the ground and causing a problem for the lawnmower. So I was able to cut them out, but they were too nice just to discard. So I've preserved them and I put them up. But if we go to this one on the left, you will see there's a stone hanging or suspended there. Now as that root has grown, it's grown around that root, and you just can't, I mean I can shift the whole thing, but that stone is solid, suspended within that root. So that's quite remarkable. So if we then come back around here, and we're going to go through to a different part of the garden. let's have a look here. We've got another garden through here, and this, through this little gateway here, I have to duck down. This was our old veg garden. Sarah calls it the bee garden, and I'll show you why in a moment. This is the back of my workshop, but I don't know what that is, but no doubt Sarah will tell you. But again, now instead of veg, we just have flowers. But if we come up here, again, this is the old vegetable garden. And Sarah's hobby, you know, is really stained glass. And in that bit of stained glass there, you probably will be able to make out a bee in the centre and small bees around the outsides. So that's why Sarah calls it the bee garden. And, oh, and the sun catches on that, and it's absolutely beautiful. Not a lot of sun today, I'm afraid, guys. Not a lot of sun. Now, if we come through here again, we have another section of garden, and there's a very old, rickety old greenhouse there that Sarah constructed years ago. You know, the weather's got to it and one thing and another, but you know, it's too nice to take down. It's really characterful, so we keep that. And again, some beautiful old roses in here. We've got an area right through there for, you know, the wildlife, so we don't really cut that grass at all, really. We just allow that to grow for the animals. And then we've got some hidden stuff under here. If we come around, I mean, please don't ask me what these are. I have no idea at all, but I do appreciate them. It's lovely to just come out of the garden and potter. Just have a little meander around with a cup of tea. So if we go through here again, now this is, we're going to go through to another section of garden, and we come across another pond that Sarah built. And if we just come around, so you can get your bearings, we're back here. So there's the conservatory. This obviously is a veg garden down there. So Sarah constructed this pond quite a few years ago now, and all of the stone comes out of our fields. In all fairness, you've only got to put a spade in the ground. Sarah goes with a wheelbarrow into the fields and brings all this back. Again, more flowers here. Again, that's the back of my workshop. So if we look here, quite beautiful. I don't know if you'll be able to hear that. There's water running in there. That's nice. Again, quite a lot of shrubbery here and flowers. I have to excuse, I'm falling over things here. And we're coming to an area of the garden that was very, very wet. And it was so wet it was becoming unusable. So what we've done here, oh by the way, we have chickens and turkeys here. Again, we keep them in, obviously because of the bird flu at the moment, but normally they'd be free range. But what we've done in this area is we've planted willow everywhere, and it really helps just to maintain this section of field, which is now you know, part of our garden. It helps control the water table here, and we then will at some point start to coppice this willow. and I'm quite sure Sarah will at some point be making something out of that. So if we go back through here, so you can get an idea of exactly where we are. We're going to be back at the house. It's a beautiful area to live in Northumberland. If you look in the distance there, there's a stable there that I converted that green roof quite a few years ago now. It's quite a few wildflowers up there, although it's difficult to tell from this distance. I don't know if you can see there's a horse in that stable, just having a scratch. That's Desi. Desi's an Andalusian stallion. But again, it's quite a beautiful place to live. We're very fantastic environment for puppies, which is really what we do. And if you look here on the floor again, things are self-seeding, and this is what we like. We like it to be natural. You know, we don't want to create a monoculture where we're just mowing a lawn and this, that and the other. We like everything to be able to grow. And what I can assure you, I don't think I've planted anything here, any flowers or anything to do with growing, is entirely down to Sarah. So you know, she's pretty good, very hard working. So anyway, that's the tour over for now, guys. But the point I was really trying to make is the contrast between when Sarah first built the veg garden for herself, which is now turned into a potager, which I believe is a French, evolved in France,